Time is 12 o'clock. Lunchtime news is next.
Loyola University's radio station, WLUW, is playing more than just music with the help of the Society of Professional Journalists.
Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News on WLUW 88.7.
Lunchtime News is a class where students put together a 5-minute radio news broadcast that they anchor live at noon every day of the week, and it is then replayed at 1.
We do all kinds of stories. We try to focus on Chicago and things that will affect college students.
That's Erica DeAngelis, the news director this semester for Lunchtime News.
We have a segment on things happening at Loyola, but it's not just Loyola news, it's news that people, actual Chicagoans, will listen to.
The class is divided into 2 groups, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday group, and a Tuesday, Thursday group. They meet at 9:30 in the morning and start selecting the most prevalent news stories for that day.
Today, I think.
Yeah, I think they're testing it.
It's supposed to hit on the
Professor Beth Conrad leads the class and uses her expansive past experience to advise the students on how to do broadcast news.
All right, so what I've got so far from just monitoring, got more information that came from AP within the last hour and a half on the embassy terrorist attack.
But why are these college students interested in radio news?
I have lots of experience with print, but none with broadcast.
That's Madeline Andre, a student participating in Lunchtime News.
I am part of Lunchtime News because I am in my last semester at Loyola, and I eventually want to get a job, probably in radio somewhere.
A popular topic for debate in the news industry today is whether or not radio is dying.
Radio is not dying.
Madeline is joined by Lindsay Blauvelt as they talk about the future of radio.
You get your local news. We did a story on Hamilton's. We pretty much broke that story to the Loyola population. So you're getting news that's pertinent to you, and also a mix of things that you should be knowing about, that you should know about that's going on in the country as well. So you get to understand
And it takes
what's
5
going on
minutes
here and everywhere else.
It takes 5 minutes. It's a lot easier than, searching and reading 10,000 articles online. There's been a resurgence in radio in the last, 5-10 years? Because with things like Pandora and Spotify, you almost don't need to listen to to the music radio anymore.
Something's going on, and you're like, what's happening with this? Your first instinct is going to go to something like the radio, I think, because that's where you have real life people consistently monitoring the news, and that's the fastest way to get it out, unless you want to wait for the newspaper.
Erica, the news director, agrees that there will always be a need for radio news.
I think radio will be around forever. As long as people have cars, people will listen to the radio.
She also thinks that the Loyola University newscast is just as credible as any other news organization.
Being in Chicago, we get out and report on things that a lot of major radio stations are reporting on.
The presidential showdown isn't the only election that Chicagoans are talking about.
And after 2.5 hours of writing news stories, anyone that tunes into WLUW can hear the finished product at noon and 1.
That's all for Lunchtime News on WLUW 88.7. I'm Yun Tai. And I'm Eric Rayo. Have a great day.
Roberta Anglin, Loyola University, Chicago.